Business is simple, not easy. So one of the things that I want to cover in this particular video are some of the things that I feel like I do or we do with our team that aren't normal. So I've got a couple different things, but overall my business principle, and Phil Jones says this better than anybody, is we focus on doing the basics to a high level consistently. When I heard him say that, I just thought, yes, absolutely, that's it. And in the last couple of years, really the last 2 years in our business, we have really focused, not only me personally, but we focused our leadership team on really just only looking into the things that really move the needle the most. We didn't need to add anything new to our business. Most of the time, you already know what you need to do in your business, and you need to focus and do that thing, make it better and do it consistently. That's overall my business philosophy. But in this video, I have 3 different things that I'm gonna share with you that we are doing in our business or I'm personally doing. And I'm gonna explain how it relates to both a team leader and an individual agent. So these things are not super complicated and they're really not that hard to set up. So if you wanna set up a time and chat about what that actually looks like, feel free to reach out. First and foremost, we have a culture of accountability with our team. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, if you're a solo agent or you're in an office or maybe you're on a team and you don't have a ton of accountability. So what is accountability? Well, for example, if you're a solo agent, accountability is how you do business and doing business the same way over and over and over. And accountability between 2 people is you holding that person accountable for what they said they want to do. So if you are saying that you want to be a rock star real estate agent, you want to be known as the best in the industry, being accountable to your commitment. That's what accountability is all about. Now, whether you have somebody holding you accountable or whether or not your environment holds you accountable, which is what we've done with our team. So we have a lot of different ways that we do this, but every agent on our team knows that we write offers a certain way. We send emails a certain way. We follow up a certain way. There's a lot of different things that are just how we do business. Now, this goes back to 3.5 years ago when we started the team. We had principles that said that we had a very high level of how we do business. And we all hold each other accountable. So if somebody sees something that isn't right with how we do business, somebody will call you out, and that's a good thing. We also have accountability based on, we know what we need to do to be successful in this business. We need to follow up with our clients, we need to make sure we're adding value to them, and we need to negotiate and get deals done. So we have accountability built into our company to where, for example, we'll get a reminder every single Thursday on how we're doing with our follow-up. Are we behind on calling our past clients? Are we behind on calling our clients who are submitting offers? And we'll also get another accountability report every single month to see, how did your month look? Take a look back at your business. There's a couple of different things that have made a tremendous difference on our business. And don't get me wrong, when we first implemented this, it wasn't easy to do, but it was simple. It was implementing 1 or 2 things that's gonna consistently remind us to stay accountable to what we said we wanted to do. And we did that 1.5 years ago, and it has made a tremendous difference on our conversion rates, which means more money for everybody, but it's also made a difference on just how we do our work, staying more consistent to where your workflow is better and better every single time. Staying focused on the things that matter most. So for example, I just shared a little bit about our accountability with our agents weekly and monthly. Well, what that did is it doubled our conversion ratios almost across the board. And our lead providers, for example, Zillow, HomeLight, Realtor.com, Ojo or Movado, whatever you want to call them, all of these different companies that depend on us to close the leads that they're giving us, those companies know that when they send our team a lead, that we're gonna be accountable in following up with that person, making sure we're delivering the best service possible and the highest likelihood of getting a deal. All right, now let's move on to number 2, and this is something that goes right in hand with being accountable, is we track everything. Now, tracking your numbers isn't exactly hard. It's actually quite simple, but that doesn't make it easy. So what we've done is we've created, again, our culture of accountability is we track everything. So phone calls, text messages, emails, buyer's consultations, seller's consultations, deals and pending deals that fall out, everything. And what this does is it allows me as a team leader to look at everything on a team. How many appointments are we going on? I know that on average, every 55 conversations that our agents have, we put a deal under contract and close that deal. And I also know that my agents go on about 40 appointments to close a deal. And it allows each individual agent to be able to figure out where their kink in the hose may be. Maybe they have to make a ton of phone calls to have a conversation to where we know we need to work on the phone skills. Or maybe they're going on a ton of appointments and they're not writing contracts, which means we need to work on the showing process, or maybe narrowing down, they're showing too many houses, whatever it might be. These are different things that allow us to get a very high level, increasing our agent sales abilities, but really making them a better salesperson and a better realtor. So we track everything. That's from a team level, and on an individual level. At the end of the day, if your business is run and your workflow has you automatically tracking everything, there's no extra work. So it could be as simple as you fill out a sheet of paper every single day at the end of your workday, or you could be like us and everything's tracked in your CRM. We use Follow Up Boss. In my opinion, it's by far the best CRM to where every activity is tracked. And we have our admin team that goes ahead and tracks everything from submitting offers, how many contracts we're writing, what trainings we're doing, all kinds of different stuff. When you track things that matter and you look at them, those numbers typically improve. All right, now let's move on to number 3, and this is probably the most important thing. So most of the time when I'm talking to maybe another team leader or an agent that's trying to change something or implement something into their business, oftentimes I hear somebody say, I just gotta get it perfect before I start. And that is totally the wrong mindset. In my opinion, it is best to get something good enough and get it rolled out properly. Don't rush anything, but get something 80% of the way there, get it done right where it works. Well, hold on, let me back up. You're not gonna know if it works until you roll it out. So getting something to 80%, knowing that you're going to be fixing something as you go, in my opinion, is the best way to roll something out. Now, there's different ideas like a brand refresh or something like that where it needs to be right the first time. But when you're going out and you're rolling out a new CRM system, a new follow-up system, a new process for maybe your script that you're calling on certain leads, you're gonna have to try these things. So get them to 80% and then iterate, which means go in and fix and fix and fix and make adjustments and track. Going back to the last point is tracking the things that you're changing. So for example, we send out our email campaigns to our leads that come in. So we have thousands of leads that come into our database and we're sending them emails. So we're tracking our process to make sure that we're getting good metrics on open rate and click rate. And if I make an adjustment, I want to know if it was a good adjustment or not. I'm not going to guess. I'm going to look at, did the open rate improve or did it get worse? Do I need to change it back to what it was or did it get better? All of these different things, from onboarding to how you do an open house, to recruiting, to how you do a listing presentation. This goes for solo agents just as much as it does for team leaders or agents that are on a team, is when you create a process, you want to constantly make it better. We have an incredible process, a proven process that converts leads for follow-up. For an example, we did not start with this process. We've probably iterated, changed, added 5-6 different times to get to this system we have now that works very, very well. We know we can plug in almost any salesperson who follows this process and they will sell houses. And I can almost guarantee that they're gonna convert with our systems at a much higher level than they ever had before. And that's because the system works. But that wasn't because we got it right the first time. We got it good enough and then made changes as we saw fit. At the end of the day, when you implement something, you're not gonna know what's gonna go wrong until you actually implement it. So in my opinion, that last 20% usually takes the longest. So get it out, get it 80% of the way there, launch it, and then fix the problems right when they come out, and sit back and let it happen for a month, 30, 60, 90 days, however long you think it might be, and then go in and make changes as you need to. In my experience, when you first launch something, you're gonna need to make a lot of changes early, and then the longer you have it, you really don't make changes all that often. When we first launched our follow-up process, we were changing it about every 30, 60 days. And then all of a sudden, we've been using the same follow-up system for 1.5 years because it works. So if you're curious and you wanna learn more about how we run our team, or you're curious how I operate as a team leader, please reach out. I am more than happy to talk business. And PS, if you're an agent in the Orange County market that's not doing enough business right now, reach out to us because we have a ton of opportunities coming soon. PS, and if you're an agent here in Orange County and you're not happy with the business you're doing, reach out to us because we have a tremendous amount of opportunities. We're looking for more of the right people to join our team. And if you are liking anything you're hearing about what we do and how we operate with our business, click the link down below or shoot me a reply. I'd be happy to have a conversation.